You kneel and scoop some of the mud onto the wooden spoon. You pull. You feel a strange pulling sensation. The weight. This is the first page. You add the thimbleful of dew to the bowl. The wad of dog hair is dirty white and brown. You add the dog fur to the bowl. The cream-colored toadstool powder is finely within the glass container. You see your ground scales. The powder emits a faint, fishy smell. Not wanting to taint the spell, you carefully clean the spoon first. You measure 1 spoonful of ground fish scales and add it to the bowl. The dry, thin snake skin is extremely fragile. You add the snake skin to the bowl. You add the chicken feather to the bowl. You mix the bowl's contents by hand until they become doughy. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Understanding the Language of Creatures incantation.
Fur of beast and reptile skin, with scale and feather too thrown in, grant me sense to comprehend animals of water, earth, and wind.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully divide the mixture into 2 pieces and place the dough pieces in your ears. You will now be able to understand the speech of the animals, birds, and fish. You will not, however, be able to speak to them. The spell will last as long as the dough is in your ears. You measure 1 spoonful of salt and pour it into the mortar. You grind the salt with the pestle. You place the sprig of mistletoe in the mortar. You grind the mistletoe with the pestle. You rub the stone in the mixture. You gently kiss the stone. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the teleportation at random incantation.
My kiss so tender I now give, so that I may have a chance to live, seeking a place of trouble less, when my smooth stone I shall caress.
You wave the magic wand over the stone. Atop the oak, you place the acorns in the mortar. You grind the acorns into a fine powder. You carefully scoop the acorn powder out of the mortar. You put the acorn powder into the bowl. The nightshade juice. You pour 1 cup of nightshade juice into the bowl. You carefully stir the contents of the bowl. You light the charcoal brazier. You place the bowl on the charcoal brazier. You wait until the nightshade juice is almost gone. A damp, powdery substance remains behind in the bowl. You remove the bowl from the charcoal brazier. You pour the contents of the bowl onto the table. The sleeping powder dries on the wizard's table. You remind yourself not to breathe too heavily. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the causing a deep sleep incantation.
Acorn, nightshade, together mixed, concoction of a deep sleep fixed. From places of much lesser light, you bring to them a long good night.
You wave the magic wand over the powder. You carefully scoop up the powder from the table. With steady hands, you put the sleeping powder into the empty pouch. You now have a magical powder that will put anyone in the vicinity to sleep when poured on the ground in a place where there's both darkness and moisture. The charcoal brazier burns out. Touching this wood, you rub the magic stone. You rub the magic stone. You rub the magic stone. You rub the... You rub the bed. You rub. You pull. You feel. You kneel at. You rub the. You. You. You.
Do you remember where we buried the hatchlings?
West away, I think. Why? They weren't ours.
I'm just worried the neighboring serpents will find them.
It's a big desert.
True, but one of them might know what we did last summer.
There is naught but
I wonder which of us has the longer tongue.
I'm not showing you my tongue.
Come on, I'll show you mine.
All right, fine. A quick flick, and that's all.
Oh, that is a long one.
I know. Your turn. You call that a tongue?
you rub. You An eagle sits in its nest, tilting its head as it eyes you warily.
Beware my talons, for the sake of your weak, wretched hide. Begone, and take your savage hunger with you. Begone!
Who clipped my wings?
You're no.
My last husband complained that he was henpecked. If there's one thing that hens can't stand, it's being prepared by an amateur chef. If there's one thing, if there's... Cock-a-doodle-doo! Always wanted to say that. How long were you in the town, Coop? Just over a year. The wizard nabbed me after I made 2 centuries. What? You're not that old. In eggs, dear. Oh, I thought you meant your batting average. A shame what happened to old Roger. Charming old rooster. Boy, he's quite a fox now. Or I'll say, especially after the wizard got through with him. Pity. He comes up to visit after hours. Terribly confused. Poor thing. Can't decide whether to mate or to eat us.
You'll get what's coming to you, Gwydion. I used to be his favorite. I don't think I've marked your room today. You'll get what's... I don't think... Wasn't hissing a big enough hint?
You are not close enough. You are not...
If ever you turn into a mouse, I'll be waiting.
You are in the... This is Manannan's... You... You pour the cup of ocean water into the bowl. You light the charcoal brazier. You place the bowl of ocean water on the charcoal brazier. You remove the bowl before it starts to boil. You add a spoonful of mud to the bowl. The cream-colored toadstool powder is... You add the toadstool powder to the bowl. You save the empty jar for reuse. You blow into the steaming bowl. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Brewing a Storm incantation.
From nature, I now call on thee, the power of the land and sea. When brew is stirred, all should be warned, the might of the approaching storm.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully pour the storm brew into the empty jar. The charcoal brazier burns out. This touching this wood. You rub. You. You can you 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 cut the cactus in half with the knife. You squeeze the cactus juice into the spoon. You add the cactus juice to the bowl. There's nothing very interesting about this jar of whitish, thick lard. You add the jar of lard to the bowl. You keep the empty jar for later use. Toad spittle is unpleasant stuff, to say the least. You add 2 drops of toad spittle to the bowl. You carefully stir the contents of the bowl. With trepidation, you prepare to recite the Becoming Invisible incantation.
Juice of cactus and toad spittle upon myself but just a little. With flame and moisture both present, I shall become most transparent.
You wave the magic wand over the bowl. You carefully pour the invisibility ointment into the empty lard jar. You rub the magic stone. You can't you rub. You rub. You. You feel a strange pulling.
Good day to you, young man.
You speak to the dog in a soothing voice, and his ears perk up.
Your teeth aren't too sharp. You should try chewing on a bone now and again.
You speak to the...
You got long fingernails. My back's itchy.
As you pet him, Hank licks your hand and thumps his tail in appreciation. As you... A content, hairy dog. As you pet... You speak to the...
Your teeth aren't too sharp. You should try chewing on a...
The old rusted anchor is much too heavy to move.
Don't you go wiping your nose on those clean clothes, Junior. Your mother will have to wash them. Won't you, Mildred?
Yes, George.
Wipe it on your fur instead.
Okay, Papa.
Oh, now I will have to bathe him again, George.
All in a day's work, Mildred.
Yes, George.
You rub. You can't. You pull. You feel a strange.
Good day.
He might.
Greetings.
I have many an item that might interest you.
Indeed.
I have numerous consumables that you may wish to acquire.
The shell. The shell. 'Tis better to The storekeeper wouldn't like you. The store. As you pet him. A content. You speak to.
Shedding hair's a lot of work, you know.
You speak to the dog.
I haven't got a bone to pick with you, unless you want to give me one.
I've got some dusting to do. Let me know if you need anything.
You pull. You feel a string. You can smell the honey. You can. After recovering from a whack on the head at the hands of the bandits, you stand unsteadily. Taking stock of your holdings, you discover that all of your possessions have been stolen. A rough opening in the plank serves as the doorway to. The hideout is made of rough planks and sparsely furnished with a table, chair, and wooden chest in the corner. You surmise that this shabby chest is where the bandits store their loot. You open the chest and retrieve your stolen items. Gravity 1, Alexander 0. You open the chest and retrieve your stolen items. Gravity 1, Alexander 0. A rough opening in the planks serves as the doorway to the You open the chest and retrieve your stolen items. You rub the magic stone. The seaman guarding the ship eyes you shiftily. You politely speak to the sailor on the dock. He growls at you in response.
Quit your yabbering, boy. I ain't got no time for you. I gotta keep trespassers away from this here jolly boat. Scram!
Insistently, you speak to the guard again. He seems displeased as he snarls at you.
I'm warning you, boy. I got a tricky sword hand. Better go away before I can't stop myself.
A large ship is tied to the dock. There's an easier way aboard. There's an You have nothing else to say to the barmaid at the moment. A pretty, buxom barmaid The sailors peer at you through bleary eyes and continue swilling their rum. One who looks like the captain pauses and drunkenly speaks to you.
Aye, me bucko, be ye wanting passage on me ship? What you running from? Oh, it's no matter, as long as you got gold. Let's me see how much you got.
As you bring out the purse, the captain snatches it from your hand.
Aye, lad, I sees you do have a wee bit of gold. It's less than me regular fare, but I'll gives you passage anyways. We'll be waiting for you at the wharf, but not for long.
The captain and his men down their rum in one long draught, then leave the tavern.
Hey, the captain said you'd be coming along. Get on board.
Nothing like a little bit of salt air to perk up a boy's spirits. You feel excited about the upcoming journey.
Ahoy there, me lad. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Captain Blodlet. I'll be your host for this year voyage, or what you'll be remembering of it. Pretty flag, ain't it?
You're pirates?
Afraid so. We'll be showing you to your quarters now. Set course for the island.
Aye, Captain.
You are in the dank cargo hold of the pirate ship. With caution, you look around the dim surroundings. Mostly, you see stacks of wooden crates. Looking upward, you notice a rope ladder dangling partway through an opening in the hold ceiling. The ladder is directly over the largest crate. This is part of the ship's steering mechanism. This crate lies beneath the ladder. The ladder hangs directly over the largest crate. It's too high to climb onto. There's a hole in your logic, dear Alex. It won't take orders from you. Hold that thought. This small box looks manageable. This might not be the best place to leave your mark. The captain dutifully makes an entry in his log. The chart traces the ship's route. You don't recognize the continents except the one you've just left. The captain's cabin is clean and orderly. His bunk rests against one wall with a large chest at its foot. A chart is tacked to the wall behind his desk. It's a feather duster, similar to the one you use to clean up the wizard's study. The chest near the captain's bunk is closed. The rug adds a touch of hominess to the captain's quarters. The shelves contain the captain's mini journals, a complete record of his crew's plunders and pillages. Sitting adjacent to the captain's quarters, this room houses the controls for the ship's rudder. A rope ladder extends from an opening above. After careful scrutiny, you determine that the lifeboat is both empty and uninteresting. It's too dark to see below, but you know exactly what's down there anyway. A pair of oars crisscross one wall in this section of the ship. You don't need a lifeboat. The ship's not sinking. The oars would be useful if you were in a rowboat. Don't count on it to save your life. Or what? The crew's quarters don't look much more comfortable than your own miserable cot, and they're just as cramped. Rows of hard, uninviting bunks line the walls of the crew's quarters. The beds look incredibly hard and uncomfortable. No thank you. There isn't even a sheet clean enough to swipe. The bed. One whiff. You are in the dank cargo hold of the pirate ship. With caution, you look around the dim surroundings. Mostly you see stacks of wooden crates. They might object to being pets, and you might get to feel how much.
Remember the emergency plan. In case of fire, storm, or plague, find a money pouch and hide. Those things are always the first to be saved.
Do you know where we're going?
We'll be passing a beach near a big mountain range soon.
Ah, yes. I've heard the pirates say that nobody ever crossed those mountains alive.
A few weeks in isolation.
I've traveled on one of those royal vessels once. They're like a maze below decks. I've traveled on one of those.
A few weeks in isolation.
Did you know that Pirate Chef has at least 20 recipes on how to cook us?
The ship's galley houses a large iron stove surrounded by many pots, pans, and barrels. A long table occupies most of the floor space. These filthy pots and pans are used to cook the pirates' meals. Poor devils. It's an old wood stove. These filthy pots, with all the gunk on it, you wonder if it's ever been washed. You like your fingers undercooked. You like your fingers undercooked. You like your... Get closer first. The floor of the main deck opens to reveal the deck beneath it. The vessel's foremost section spearheads towards its destination. The ominous Jolly Roger flutters about wildly in the salty ocean breeze. From this vantage point, you cannot see into the crow's nest. You hear loud snoring from within. Holding tight, you look up to the crow's nest. An ominous Jolly Roger blows in the breeze. Holding tight, you scan the horizon. Deep blue water reaches endlessly in every direction.
We're nearing the island, Captain. Orders?
As soon as we drop anchor, we'll head for shore. The treasure's assuredly still there, waiting for me. Us.
Do you think the map is accurate?
No reason to think otherwise. The last captain of the ship insisted the map was genuine. 'Twas the last thing he said before I ran him through.
What about our new passenger? You think he's up to the task?
Are ye questioning me judgment?
No, Captain. It's just that we can't be knowing if we can trust him.
You be thinking to make a run for it? Fat chance of that. It's a dangerous journey to the center of the island. Even if they made it that far, there's an impassable cliff face on the other side with a sheer drop to the ocean below. And if by some slim chance he managed to climb down, it's a mighty long swim to nearest land. And then there's the sharks.
I guess he doesn't have much of a choice. Do you think there'll be traps on the island, Captain?
Well, of course there be traps, you empty-headed sea urchin. The treasure was buried in the days when those wizard characters used to run things. 1,000 years ago, so it be told. The pirate captain to whom the treasure belonged was something of a magician himself. Who knows what deadly devices were conjured up. Well, don't just stand there, go get him!
Aye, Captain.
A few hours later.
Take this parchment. It's got a lot of silly scribbling on it, but it gives you the best route through that jungle. Now get in there and find that treasure.
And try not to get killed.
Aye, it's a lot of trouble finding someone who won't be missed, and who's foolish enough to set foot on my ship.